Hey everybody, card of the day. I'm still on the road, so we're still pre-taped. Very interesting combination that has come up. There is one of those dark cards, everybody, the Tower card, the card that scares everyone. This card, I'm going to give you two meanings on it of how I interpret this card, or two things that happened with this card that are my own personal stories. And the first is this card comes up, the Tower there is actually the cube. When you see the Devil card, which I'll try to find while I'm talking to you, the Devil sits on, oh, here it is right here. The Devil sits on a rectangle. When we see rectangles in the tarot, that's a lie. These people are chained to that lie, and they give more and more energy to it. It becomes the Devil. It even becomes bigger. It becomes the tower that they have encased themselves in. And when they shut themselves off, and it is mostly ego that they are caught up in, eventually God goes, you know what, we've had enough of this, and he strikes the tower with lightning. So our false beliefs or our false lives come crashing down around us, and we are forced to face reality. Now that sounds kind of harsh, but it's usually very, very good. I lived in a house where the rent was so cheap and I didn't want to move, and the landlord was crazy and the people around me were crazy. And one day I went on a road trip. I came home. They had decided they were going to adopt all the stray cats in the neighborhood. My apartment became so there were so many fleas in my apartment. It had been overtaken by fleas, and I had to move literally in 2 days. And what that was about was I knew I shouldn't be living there. I knew it was time to go, but I didn't because it was cheap, and I was sort of being cheap with myself. And the universe said, yeah, that's enough of that. And it threw me out. It threw me a whole bunch of fleas, which was a great panic in the moment, but it really set me on the right track to move out and get moving on my life. Another good story was this came up the first time I was supposed to be on Letterman. I flew all the way out to New York and I got bumped. And the next day, the guy that booked me called and said, you know, you were so lucky you weren't here. We had the worst audience in the history of the show. So that was the universe going, you know what? This isn't right, and striking it out. So it has a very positive ending, but sometimes it's a hard lesson to learn, like we're avoiding something. Second card today, the Knight of Wands. This is a much lighter card. In fact, this is sometimes the card of humor. This is the victorious warrior riding his way back. He's very funny. If you really look at this card, he's almost on the wrong horse. He has just jumped on a horse. He's ready to go. He's kind of reckless. And he's more fun. It's like taking this situation the way it should, much lighter. Okay, he has the wand of power, so he is not a clown, but he just does things differently. He has the salamanders on there. Salamanders are always an example of firepower and magic because they used to, salamanders were often hide in wood. So when they would be making a fire, they would I believe it was I can't remember where this legend came from, but they would throw the wood on the fire and the salamanders would scatter. So they always thought they were these mystical creatures that just appeared out of fire when actually they were hiding in the logs. But if we take a very hard life lesson that we know is putting us on the right track, or where it is setting us on the right way, and we mix it with a much lighter card like this, riding to victory, here is your mantra of the day. Okay, you can sit and be a martyr here or feel bad about this, or you can get right back on that horse and keep going. With flexibility and ease, I adjust to whatever the universe sends me, knowing it is the right path. With flexibility and ease, I adjust to what the universe sends me, knowing it is the right path. Okay? It may not be what you had in mind, but it is definitely putting you on the right path, so take it with a light heart. With flexibility and ease, I adjust to what the universe sends me, knowing I'm on the right path. Have a great day, everybody.